Hey, what's going on YouTube? Garnett here. I'm staging up this eBay listing, and I figure what better opportunity there is to show you that with Snap-on stuff, sometimes there is definitely a difference. Especially when it comes to these scan tools, or this Vantage Legend in particular. That's not really a scan tool, but like when they're, electronic tools like this. So essentially, this is an oscilloscope. That's pretty much its only function. You got the two functions there. That you don't have any scan tool functions with the Vantage Legend. You only have guided component tests and your scope multimeter. Well, really a scope. Let's look at that. Updated to 20.4, so this is a relatively new, version. This is not old, outdated information. I'm gonna show you guys. So, you go and guided component test. Now, a lot of other some tools do or have started to do this, but like Snap-on has always been the one that does this. This is the difference. So I have an '06 BMW, and it is a 530xi. It's got that 3-liter N52 naturally aspirated. Specifically bought it because of that. But I'm gonna hit OK. We're gonna go into ABS, and we're going to go down to wheels. Not that. Wheel speed sensors, and we're going to click component information. Now, if you see here, you have all these leads. What you do is you plug the leads directly in the top of the tool, and what this thing does is explains to you how that sensor works. You scroll down, it gives you wiring and ECM, or the computer pinouts. So you can check the pinouts for your wheel speed sensor. Then it tells you locations, and it also tells you tech notes, right? This is the type of information you don't have to go hunting for. You pull out your scope. Like for example, if you just had a scope, if you just had these leads and a scope, you would need to know or already know this information, or you would have to go looking for it. Period, point blank. But here with Snap-on, with their Vantage Legend and scopes like this or tools like this, guess what? You don't have to do that. You don't have to go back to your computer and back and forth. The information is right on your scope tool. You don't have to run back and forth and do nothing. This is the type of thing that will help mechanics make money, because it's all right there. This is the best format to ever possibly do anything like this. You have your test tool and you have your information all on one device, right? Even better would be your scan tool. Like there's like wireless versions of this where it wirelessly connects to the car via, ad hoc or Wi-Fi or whatever they call it. But like you use a dongle, you plug it in, and then you still have all this option of testing your component. So say you get a code up on your car, you bring up the code on a device, you go right into guided component testing, you test the thing that's having an issue. All right here, no need to contact anyone else, no need to go hunting for information, no need to figure out wiring diagrams. It's all there. That's the Snap-on difference. And a lot of people will say that this channel has somehow become like Harbor Freight hate or Snap-on praise. No, I'm just telling you guys what's real. Harbor Freight don't have nothing like this. Sorry, that's period, point blank. You can't even buy a scope. If I dumbed it down to that, you couldn't even buy a scope at Harbor Freight. They don't sell that. Sorry. They sell a scan tool, but it's not a scope, right? But Snap-on has that possibility. That's the difference. That's what I'm showing you guys. I'm teaching you guys not to get the wool pull over your eyes. Just know that there is levels to this. And those levels exist. No matter how much money you're willing to spend, if you're, you know what I'm saying, if you could get by with less money and less stuff, you could, of course, you don't have to spend the money on this, and you could just know that information. Blam, you don't have to buy it. If you work at a dealership or someplace that supplies this information, absolutely. You can bust your dick and jump through hoops to find out information, or maybe you don't jump through hoops to find out information. So be it. With this, with the money up front you pay for something like this, it's all right there. Why go through that extra hassle, headache, hardship, when you could just know everything you need to know right on the tool? And the most important part is those tech notes, because whoever's putting this information together over at Snap-on, or whoever they use for it, is actually, obviously or apparently, know what they're doing, and they've been there, done that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna prove it to you. It says the wheel speed sensors rarely fail on BMWs. If there is a fault, check the signal from the sensor as well as the wiring and connections. Also, check for proper gap, correct input voltage, etc. before condemning the sensor. And that's absolutely true with the vehicle that I have and have personal experience with, because this was my problem. I have tons, I can't tell you how many times that I've ordered these, the wheel speed sensor, because back in the previous description, right? Check for proper gap. It says they rarely fail, right? We come up here and we learn they are a Hall effect sensors. And if you know anything about those type of sensors, they're magnets. Magnets, rare earth magnets, last for like 400 years. So we just learned that these are Hall effect sensors. Actually and factually rarely fail because they're Hall effect sensors. I learned that from anything I've ever worked on. It doesn't matter if it's a forklift or a car, Heisters, Toyotas, Mitsubishis, whatever. Hall effects, the sensor is usually not the problem. It's literally a magnet. But my issue was here on the end of this thing. And as I spin this, you can kind of tell that there are some wonky spots in there. What happened is this thing rusted out and it swelled and it created a gap issue. So the whole axle needed replaced. Much more expensive repair, yes, but the sensor was not at fault. So this is the type of thing. It gives you all the technical information you need, but it also tells you, hey, check this out. You might want to look here first. And that's what I'm saying for you guys. The Snap-on difference is real. No matter how many Harbor Freight deniers want to deny it. No matter how many Harbor Freight or other company shills want to try to push you guys and say that this is good as Snap-on or that's good as Snap-on. Listen, we all know this is the cream of the crop. They're the top. They're the top. No other even tool company can really match the unilateral, vertical integration they have accomplished with tools like this. Seriously. Few companies that offer it to you like this, where you have everything you need. Car comes in, whatever problem. If you have this tool, you're better equipped than someone who doesn't. Period, point blank. And that's that's my little rant for today. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.